He was never the biggest name on the call sheet. He never had his face on a billboard or his name above a title. But anyone who ever watched The Wire, truly watched it, knew exactly who Bobby J. Brown was the moment he appeared on screen. And when the news broke this week that he was gone, taken by a fire at just 62 years old, the outpouring of grief from an industry that does not always stop for the quiet ones said everything about what this man actually left behind. Bobby J. Brown built his career the way most working actors do, through patience, persistence, and a deep, genuine love for the craft that never required an audience to validate it. Long before television cameras found him, he was a Golden Gloves boxing champion, a fighter in the most literal sense, someone who understood that showing up and taking the hit and getting back up was simply what you did. That mentality never left him. It lived in every performance he gave, every scene he anchored, every moment he made feel completely, quietly real. His connection to The Wire, HBO's landmark crime drama widely considered one of the greatest television series ever produced, was something that set him permanently apart. He portrayed Officer Bobby Brown across 12 episodes, and in a detail that feels almost too poetic to be real, he played the character under his own name. Bobby J. Brown blurring the line between fiction and reality so completely that Baltimore itself, the city the show breathed life into, claimed him as something closer to a neighbor than a performer. Colleagues described him as the authentic pulse of everything the show was trying to say about that city and its people. On February 27, 2026, Bobby J. Brown died in a tragic fire at his home. He was 62 years old. The details are as cruel as they are simple, a man who spent his life portraying resilience on screen, taken suddenly, without warning, in the most devastating and ordinary way that fate sometimes arrives. The tributes that followed were immediate and heartfelt, from castmates, from directors, from fans who had never met him but felt, somehow, that they knew him completely. Because that is the particular gift of a character actor who does his job with total honesty. You always feel like you know them. What Bobby J. Brown left behind is harder to quantify than a net worth or an award shelf. He left behind performances that will live inside one of the most important pieces of American television ever made. He left behind a standard of quiet professionalism that younger actors entering the industry would do well to study carefully. He left behind the proof, plain and undeniable, that you do not need your name in lights to matter. That showing up fully, every single time, for every single scene, regardless of how many lines you have or how many cameras are pointed at you, is its own form of greatness. The Wire taught the world many things about Baltimore, about systems, about the people who fall through the cracks of a city that moves too fast to notice them. Bobby J. Brown spent 12 episodes helping tell that story with everything he had. And now he is part of it permanently, written into the fabric of something that will outlast all of us. That is not a small thing. That is everything an actor could ever hope to leave behind.